the singular, the sensational Dame Edna Everidge. I just wondered on that, the sort of the female sexuality thing. I mean,
onto that.
When a person reaches a certain age, and you are 60, is it?
I'm approaching 60.
Approaching 60.
But I'm approaching 60 from the wrong direction.
Well,
sexuality is... It's never been an important thing in my life,
no.
Sharon.
Why?
You're a raunchy little woman, and... You are too, Judy, I know. But I have drives, I have juices. You know, my gynecologist looked up this morning and he said to me...
He said what?
He said I was still capable of breastfeeding.
Oh, dear.
But were you ever bullied? Were you a bully?
I was bullied, but I was popular too. So maybe I wasn't as popular as I thought I was.
I was bullied. I was not popular. I was bullied all the time.
I was the school bully.
You could have predicted that. You were the school bully.
I had a wonderful time.
Who did you bully?
Little insignificant people. It helped my self-esteem. It was wonderful. And you know, I still bully people.
You did.
I travel mostly with my bridesmaid. Is your bridesmaid still alive, Joan? I do. I mean that nicely. I don't mean that in a horrible way. I mean that nicely. Madge Alsop is her name. She's very underprivileged, Jane. And George hasn't got a penny to her name. She sits in economy. I'm up there in first class. And I send little tidbits of food down to her in airsick bags. I do.
Attractive. Very attractive. Is she here just for a visit?
She's in Los Angeles. She's into cosmetic surgery. Never consider it, Joan. Never consider cosmetic surgery. Joan, her skin, if you looked at it, you're as tight as a drum, darling. You are. You are.
They've found me a better seat. Look at me, am I overdressed? I think I am. I wanted to know, Judy and Sharon, what funeral have you just been?
Hello, possums. Isn't this exciting? Isn't it? And don't you love... This is... Eat your heart out, Reba McEntire. This is my Edna Oakley frock, possums. And I'm going to be wearing this when I take over from little Reba in that lovely show. I am. Well, it's a very special night. I've been busy, of course. I've been advising the Bush family on their forthcoming visit to Europe. I lent them my atlas. Isn't that lovely? And, A lot of people have wickedly and cynically suggested that the president doesn't know too much about international matters, but I can swear to you that he is a regular customer at the International House of Pancakes. Isn't that lovely? Now, the lucky possum who will accept this personally warmed Tony Award is...
But I've adopted this lovely baby from the same village in Africa where Madonna shops for her loved ones. And she's beautiful. Funny thing is happening, little Sherry.
Yes.
When I'm talking, and Liz and darling Joy and beautiful Karen, when I talk about this little baby, I'm lactating.
Mind you, can you identify Sharon a little bit? You know how we used to, if we were a little bit lonely, sometimes we'd lean on the...
Spin dryer?
Yes, the spin dryer.
In fact, the top of mine has a big dent in it.
We'd kick it into that fast cycle. It's called white goods abuse, as a matter of fact. You'd be amazed how many women really...
Alanis Morissette, ladies and gentlemen.
Lovely new album. Let me see it.
Oh, yes. So
What's it called? It's called... Oh, look at this. It's a little compact disc. Alanis Morissette. Flavors of Entanglement. Isn't that exciting? And it says it's the first new studio album in 4 years featuring Underneath. That's a bit raunchy, isn't it?
And should you want to buy that, because that's my copy, it's out on June the 2nd.
On June the 2nd?
I could probably get you a copy, though.
Could you? No, I like...
Surreptitiously.
Yes, I'm sure I'd love to have a copy of it. And tell me, are you going to sing this for us tonight?
I will indeed.
What will you be wearing? What lovely
You're
frock?
looking at it.
Oh.
It doesn't quite...
A husband. I've never seen you with your husband. But you do have a husband.
My husband is very, very unwell, Joan, and I'm sorry
I'm
you brought
sorry.
that up, darling. I shouldn't be here tonight. I shouldn't.
Yes, you should.
I should be in a nightclub having a wonderful time. I mean that compassionately, George and Joan and Joan. I do. Because the doctors have told me, the specialists have told me to put my husband's illness completely out of my mind. You know, I've more or less succeeded. I have. But he's not in America. We couldn't get his support system onto the plane. We couldn't. I should tell you this. My husband has a rumbling prostate, it's called. It's a rumbling prostate. The neighbours often complain, but what can you do? I said there's no volume control on it, Joan. Well, my husband's had a transplant, a prostate transplant.
Really? Where did he translate it from?
Well, there's some donor, some unknown donor. But
Was it successful?
well, we don't know, Joan. It's awful to be talking about this. Isn't on TV, but we don't know whether it's... The doctors have said that there is some possibility that my husband's organ could be rejected. But he ought to be used to that by now.